think you're really going to enjoy this talk. Please put your hands together for Tim Mac Macartney.
There is a wind blowing. I hear it in the festivals that I speak at. I hear it with those corporations that I'm currently working. I also heard it in the last prison that I entered, working with the inmates there. I hear it with the young people and with mothers and fathers, families. There is a wind blowing, and it's calling us, I feel. It's calling me. And I think that question, what can I do? There's another question alongside it. Who, me? Who, me? Me that is just an ordinary person with a rather average intellect. Nothing very special about me. I don't look so hot. I've got an average kind of background, an average kind of job, or I'm averagely unemployed. Who, me? No, I don't think that includes me. I'll do my little bit. I'll follow. But the invitation to us that's carried on the wind at the moment says, yes, you. Yes, you. It's some time now since I met Graham. He's a guy I'd known in his 40s. I met him when he was giving a talk to a group of budding social entrepreneurs. He's been homeless ever since he was a boy, when he left home because it was so full of violence. A room in the house where they went and shit. Terrible things happened in that house to Graham. He ran away. And years later, homeless for years, occasionally housed, he'd always run away again. Houses are too frightening for him. He asked himself the question, what can I do? Me, homeless man. And he was selling the big issue, so he began to sell the big issue in these street towns that he was going to in the southwest. And as he sold the big issue, he asked the question, what does this town need? He used the selling of the magazine like a research project. And he had a chat with the shop behind him and said, if I were to be given money, would you keep it for me, because I would not be trusted myself. And once he'd worked out what this town needed, then he began to advocate this cause and collect money. And when I met him, he'd so far raised over £300,000 for a whole list of different towns in the southwest, this homeless man, this man with nothing. And then I think of Nicholas, who phoned me just 2 days ago. He's ex-CEO of some corporation. He rang me. He said, I watched your Children's Fire talk some years ago, and ever since I've been following and listening and watching and reading other things and listening to other speakers. And it's touching my heart. I'm going to see a recruitment agency soon. I'm being talent spotted. I will have my new position soon, but one thing I promise you. I will bring my gifts, my experience, my intelligence. I will bring these things towards the world of our longing. So, I don't buy into this idea of them and us. I'm uneasy each time I hear that the corporation somehow slagged off like they're different from us when we wear their clothes, drive on their roads, drink their water and everything else. I don't like it. Our corporations are filled with people who are exactly the same as us, the same proportions of those that are stupid, ignorant, slothful and all the rest of it, and those that have energy and vision. We can change them. We can be extraordinary at this great time, were we to refrain from deciding that we are the good guys and some other identified group are the bad ones. But we're called to be courageous. Courageous. There is no middle ground. There's none of this. We go a little bit move, we introduce, this ghastly phrase, we fly under the radar. I don't think there's any of that. No, we locate what's at the core, the center of our heart, in our true knowing of what we know to be true, and then we stand by that and we speak it out and we sing it and we rap about it and we create businesses folded around it and we're artists around it and we are everything around it. There is no middle ground. We have no time to play those sort of games of I'll try and introduce this little, I can only do a little bit. Who, me? It's a pathetic little song that's sung by an old paradigm. If we're going to speak about new paradigm, then it is we take that knowing in ourselves that life is sacred and we walk it forward. We walk it forward. And the implications of this are huge. They are huge. Imagine if this university here were to decide, with all our power, with all our resources, with our intellect, with everything that we have here, we will speak this new story. For what do our young people need? It's to hear, it's to observe and see us and know that we are embodying this change. And that we're certainly not saying, oh, it's all up to you, the young people. They want to see us stand there with the fire of this new opportunity bursting, crinkling, and all the flames all around us. And when they see us, then they will know the same longing exists inside them, and they will bring their wonderful, bright youthfulness forward. And the elders, those that are 50 plus and all the rest of it, who our society has decided are somehow redundant to the present and certainly to the future, will understand that they too are called to be courageous, that they too are called to be brave like they've never been brave before, and speak and rap and write poems and create businesses and do stuff. A leader is someone who is brave enough to act on what they know to be true. The kind of leader we need anyway. A leader is someone who is brave enough to act on what they know to be true. The kind of leader that we need. Who, me? I wonder if that's what Aung San Suu Kyi asked when she was there facing those men in Burma. I wonder if that's what Wangari Maathai asked. I think at the core of this, it is just you recognizing that it is a privilege to be alive at this time on this earth, and that you are called to be something rather greater than you ever imagined. And then you walk forward. Because when Fiona came to our place in Devon, dying with only 6 weeks to live, and sat by that lake with me, sat by her side, and her tears just spilling down her face, saying, I am only 30-something. I have not loved properly yet. I have not formed the friendships that I dreamed of. I have not done anything in this world, and I have not had that baby that I long to have. Why am I dying? And in my distress, I rang those Native American people who were teaching me, and I asked for their advice, and they said to me back, ask her, why is she alive? For she has 6 weeks to go, and every week there are 7 days, and every day there are 24 hours, and every hour there's 60 minutes. There are thousands and thousands of moments. If only, they said, people would ask the question, why am I alive? What am I called to do, instead of leaving that until we have 6 weeks left to live? For at 6 weeks left to live, we recognize, if we never have before, what is of true and deep value. We should ask those questions now. And when we have located that, step forward, saying, yes, me. Yes, me. And a new story will be carried on the wind, and all creation will be joyful and have a party. Thank you.